and laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody.
That's why I'm asking you.
What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? We're back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, it is over. The 2022 season is finally done. Can we get a hallelujah, some fire emojis, something in the chat below? Let's freaking go. Oh my goodness, this season has been absolutely brutal. Big shout out to the people that are currently in the chat right now. What is up, everybody? Appreciate you guys for being here. If you guys don't follow me in my social platforms, I highly recommend you do so. If you haven't done already, smack the like button. Don't do it for the Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen. Do it for the sweet victory of the end of the season here, ladies and gentlemen, because that's really all that we have going for us as of right now, Cardinal fans, right? I mean, let's be honest here. This season has been absolute a clown show, to say the least here, ladies and gentlemen. So absolutely super excited that it's finally over. I was thinking about doing a watch party today, like truly. I was going to sit here and do a watch party, but I really thought to myself, do I want to really sit live in front of at least 100 people and just be absolutely humiliated because the Cardinals aren't going to win this darn game? And I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's just do the post game and we'll kind of go from there. But big shout out to everybody that's currently in the chat right now. I ended up tweeting this a little earlier before the game was over. But y'all, can we get some votes up in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen? All in vote to leave Cliff Kingsbury and San Francisco. Please say aye in the chat below, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. Oh, it's time. It is time to leave the man out of Arizona. I don't even want him on the plane anymore. I truly don't even want him in the plane anymore at this very moment. Oh boy, it's been an absolute brutal season. I do see your super chat there, BBH. I will get to it here pretty soon. Let me just go ahead and do my quick due diligence here. Definitely smack the like button and subscribe if this is your first time here. We're on the road to 11K, ladies and gentlemen. And the Arizona Cardinals end up losing to the San Francisco 49ers, 38-13. But truly, did anybody ever think that the Arizona Cardinals were going to win this game, right? Like, I don't think anybody thought that the Arizona Cardinals were truly going to win this game, right? There wasn't. Now, we do have some games to kind of monitor right now, ladies and gentlemen. There is a game. The Denver Broncos are currently winning over the Los Angeles Chargers, 31-28. That's a very good game to kind of keep an eye out because that has to do with draft implications. And there's another kind of a matchup that's going on as well, and that's the Seahawks versus the Rams. That right there, there's no draft implications really very much, but I'm kind of curious myself to figure out if the Seahawks are going to be able to make it into the playoffs or the Rams going to play spoilers. So there's still some exciting games that are coming on in the world in the NFL. So if you guys see anything right in the chat, definitely let me know in the chat to see if there's any updates. But I'm going to be doing my best to see if the Arizona Cardinals are going to be getting the 3rd overall spot in the NFL draft. Right now, we're sitting with the 4th overall spot. And the Broncos have a 3-point lead against the Los Angeles Chargers at the 2-minute warning. So let's hope and pray that the Chargers drop this one because, boy, we can really use this W here for the Arizona Cardinals and getting the what am I trying to say? And getting that 3rd overall pick, right? I think that's something we definitely all want. I definitely want to stay on the positive side here of it all, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get some like fire emojis for JJ Watt? Like, let's be honest here. JJ Watt had another fantastic game. JJ Watt is an absolute true gentleman and a scholar. I want to try to keep this positive at least for the time being before we start talking about what's going to happen for the future of the Arizona Cardinals. But man, can we get some fire emojis for JJ Watt? This man has been an absolute wrecker for the Arizona Cardinals. And being that he is 33 years old and going to be 34, years old this year, he still was playing at a very high level. Absolutely. He's the guy that's been leading our whole defensive line in sacks this whole entirety of this year. Whenever you think JJ Watt, man, JJ Watt was everywhere. He had 2 sacks today. This guy was doing everything right. I just wish we drafted him, right? I wish that the Arizona Cardinals had an opportunity to draft a JJ Watt because he's really one of the only players that I've seen that was very comparable to Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, obviously we have more ties to Larry Fitzgerald because of him being drafted to the Arizona Cardinals, but man, just an absolute classy individual in JJ Watt, and he absolutely deserves his retirement. I know there was tears in his eyes. There was tears in his wife's eyes because they know that this is the last game, at least for the foreseeable future, for the Arizona Cardinals because he is going to be calling it quits. So absolutely great career to JJ Watt. I appreciate you giving us at least 2 years of your career and showing us greatness and how a veteran should act. Let me get to these two super chats that I see here. We got BBH saying, I swear if Cliff and Keim are not gone tomorrow, I am done with this organization. I don't care if they got a guaranteed money. I want them gone. Oh, I'm right there with you, brother. I'm right there with you. There is rumors out there saying that Keim right now seems very likely to come back. Steve Keim right now seems very, very, very unlikely to come back, at least as of right now. So I don't know, right? A lot of people kind of want to wait for the absolutely report that says that he's fired. We're probably not going to get that until maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, something like that. But honestly, I think for the most part, Keim is gone. Now, Cliff Kingsbury, I could say honestly, maybe about 80 to 85%, maybe even 90% that he will be gone as well, because the reports are just getting way too loud right now. It's getting way, way too loud right now for Cliff Kingsbury. He's lost his team. That's 6 in a row. That's 6 games in a row that the Arizona Cardinals ended up losing. 6 in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broncos won. The Broncos won. Sorry, let me get to these 2 super chats real quick. Treshes, the vid of you in the shower drinking killed me. Appreciate you, Tresh, bro. Thank you so very much. 50 Yo, he says, all Cardinal fans know Cliff will get fired. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have the 3rd overall pick in the NFL draft. Denver Broncos just beat. Let's freaking go! Let's go! Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just confirm. Let me confirm. 1 second. Let me confirm. Woo! 1 second. 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me confirm the Arizona Cardinals are sitting in the 3rd overall spot. So we got the Chicago Bears, the Texans, and now the Arizona Cardinals are sitting at the 3rd overall spot. Oh my goodness. Well, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just out of breath. Wow. Can we get some fire emojis for that? That is absolutely a huge win for the Arizona Cardinals. That is absolutely a huge win for the Arizona Cardinals. Right now, we're sitting with the 3rd overall spot in the NFL draft. Boy, 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 boy. Let's go. Better draft pick. Thank you so very much, Broncos. Thank you so very much, Broncos. 3rd overall pick. Wow. Okay, now I'm going to focus. I'm sorry. I was doing some stuff here in the background. The Arizona Cardinals lost to the 49ers, but who cares? We knew that we were going to lose, ladies and gentlemen. Who cares? We knew that we were going to lose. Let's get some freaking W's in the chat below. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals are sitting with the 3rd overall spot in the NFL draft. Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, here we come, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we want to see. That's the win we want to see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Doesn't Denver drop to the 5th spot? Let's take a look to see where Denver's at right now. Let me go ahead and just do a real quick refresh. Yes. So right now, the way the draft order works is the Chicago Bears at the number 1 spot. Number 2 is the Houston Texans. The number 3 is the Arizona Cardinals. Number 4 is the Indianapolis Colts. Number 5 is the Denver Broncos. And number 6 is the LA Rams, at least as of right now. And the Seahawks did beat the Rams. So just FYI, the Seahawks did end up beating the Rams. So there's that. Those are the 2 games that I really kind of wanted to focus on outside of this game here. But hallelujah, ladies and gentlemen. This is an absolute W here for the Arizona Cardinals. 3rd overall. 3rd overall. Can we shed a tear here, ladies and gentlemen? When people said that we couldn't do it, when people said, no way, Jose, Mike, you are not going to be getting Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. You're not getting these 2 people. You're out of your damn mind, people told me. What is wrong with you, Mike? Blah, 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 blah. We are now sitting at the 3rd overall spot in the NFL draft. Bruh. Speak it into the existence here, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we need to do. Speak it into the existence. Third overall pick, Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. Here we freaking come. Wow. Let's get to these super chats here. Thank you so very much. If this is your first time here, the best way for you to get involved in the show is for you to super chat. Just FYI. Honestly, Cardinal fans, nobody's mad at this. Let's be honest here, right? Cardinal fans, nobody's mad that the Arizona Cardinals won or lost. I'm sorry. Nobody's mad at the Arizona Cardinals lost at all. And this is absolutely a huge win for the Arizona Cardinals now that the Denver Broncos ended up beating the Chargers. That's a huge win overall. Third seed in the NFL draft, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's get to BBH Super Chat. He says, Hawks won. If I was the Lions, just lose for a better pick since they ain't making the playoffs. Anyways, a little bias, no Hawks playoffs. Well, that's fair, right? That's fair. Honestly, I think this Sunday night football can kind of go either way for me. I can honestly care less pertaining to how this is going to go ahead and shake out. But I truly do think that I just want to see a good game. Like, truly, I just want to see a good game. I can care less pertaining to who wins that game, right? Right now, my main focus is going to be, hey, we lost, but we won. We lost, but we won. So yeah, no, huge, absolutely huge. Let me go ahead and do a real quick refresh here on my Twitter page, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make sure that I don't see anything here on my end that I'm going to be missing, because let's be honest, most Cardinal fans right now want everybody to leave Cliff Kingsbury out. They want him to live. They want him to stay in San Francisco. They don't want him to get on the plane. Now, realistically, right now, ladies and gentlemen, realistically, I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are going to announce that Cliff's going to get fired today. Yeah, I don't think they're going to announce that he's going to get fired today. Truly. I know a lot of people want it, but I think what's going to happen is it's probably going to be waiting until maybe tomorrow on Black Monday. That's probably going to be when we're hearing the definite answer if Cliff Kingsbury is going to be the guy moving forward or not. So I could be wrong. Yeah, mock draft time for sure. AZ, what's up, AZ fan? Appreciate you for the super chat. He says, got the third pick in the draft. Now it's time to fire Cliff and get our coach to lead this team back into the playoffs next year. Hashtag fire Cliff. Facts, bro. Facts. 100%. 100%. Now, with the Seattle Seahawks winning, yes, the Detroit Lions can no longer make the playoffs, but hey, the Detroit Lions can play spoilers, right? They can play spoilers, and if they want to take out one of their divisional rivals, they can do so and get Seahawks in the playoff spot. But if the Green Bay Packers win, there's no chance in hell that the Seahawks are going to be able to get into the playoffs at that very moment. But I agree with you. I agree. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we're sitting in the third overall spot right now, ladies and gentlemen. Is there a world where the Arizona Cardinals don't either go Jalen Carter or don't go Will Anderson? Right? No, right? It has to be, right? It has to be. Those are the two options for the Arizona Cardinals here. You have to go Jalen Carter or you have to go Will Anderson Jr. I think it's a no-brainer here. I think it's an absolute no-brainer here for the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing mock drafts for sure. Maybe not on this stream, but we're definitely going to go ahead and do that. I see somebody in the chat saying trade back. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. These guys are seen to be generational talents, y'all. Keep that in mind. These are generational talent we're talking about here. We're talking about generational talent in Jalen Carter and Will Anderson Jr. Now, let's see how they shake up in the combine, but it's good to say the Arizona Cardinals are going to be landing one of these two studs, right? One of the two studs the Arizona Cardinals are going to land. It's safe to say here. Damn, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I wouldn't trade back either. I personally wouldn't trade back. I think we need edge, or I think we need the interior defensive pressure, truly. Either of the two, I think, will be a huge steal for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I want to kind of segue into something different. There was a report that said that the Arizona Cardinals are going to do their due diligence and reach out to Sean Payton. So I'm not sure if you guys heard that report. I was trying to find it, but I know I heard about it. And I also did hear that Sean Payton was also looking into the Arizona Cardinals as well as a possibility. Now, nothing can be done pertaining to interviews until after January 17th, I believe. So please keep that in mind. So yes, there is going to be a formal interview between the Broncos and Sean Payton, but the ability of the Arizona Cardinals also trying to get an interview can also kind of sway in that decision as well, right? Because per the reports, the Arizona Cardinals seems to be a likely candidate to land a Sean Payton. So that's another huge win on its own right there, right? So now we wouldn't even have to worry about getting, trading away DeAndre Hopkins, because I know that's being a big focal point, right? A big storyline coming into this, offseason is the Arizona Cardinals need a rebuild, right? What's going to happen with the Arizona Cardinals? Are we going to get rid of DeAndre Hopkins? But truly, like, if we can land a Sean Payton, I'm not saying we're going to win the division, but let's be honest. I think we can easily win 6 to 7 games, right? And let's talk about the Rams. Yesterday on my live stream, I said that if Sean McVay ends up going, because there's a lot of rumors swirling around about the Rams and Sean McVay possibly stepping away from the Rams position. And not because he's going to get fired, but because it's way too much right now. It's too much of a burden that he might want to spend some time with his family. So there's even that right now. That Sean McVay might step away. Now, if he does step away, that right there, I think is worse than the Denver Broncos wants to interview Sean Payton. Truly. If Sean McVay steps away, that right there is truly, and I said this on my last live stream yesterday, I feel like we should fear a lot more if Sean walks away over the Broncos wanting an interview with them. Because in the latest reports or in all the reports, they said that Sean Payton would love to have a LA candidate, right? A head coaching job. So I'm not trying to dissuade anybody. I'm not trying to get people to panic, right? Don't get to my level of panic because that's the spot that nobody wants to get to. Trust me, right? I panic for everything. So that's one thing that we need to keep our eyes on as well. If Sean McVay goes out and he decides to step away for a year or two, that might be something that the Arizona Cardinals can possibly fall victim to, right? So let's hope Sean McVay stays. Let's hope Sean McVay stays and doesn't leave the Rams, because I think that would be an absolute terrible thing for the Arizona Cardinals. Let's talk about this game real quick. I know there's not really much excitement going on in this game. This game was as an absolute snooze fest as they come, right? David Blau came in here, 14 out of 18, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. We even seen Trace McSorley, 1 interception, 29 yards. He was 6 of 9. Let me just say this right now, ladies and gentlemen. I think we need an overhaul of these quarterbacks that we're seeing. At one point, I was actually kind of happy about David Blau. I was like, wow, this guy's looking pretty decent, right? Good for David Blau. But oof. And David Blau kind of started showing his colors a little bit, right? And it's unfortunate, right? He doesn't have a lot of time with the Arizona Cardinals, so there's a lot of factors that go along into it. I'm not just going to say he's trash and that's the way it is, because no, I think David Blau still has shown some promises, right? He still has shown some positivity, but with those positivities, there's also some things to critique him on. But I know it's kind of hard to do so because of how long he's been here, and it hasn't been very long. What is it, like 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, like even if that. But I mean, David Blau has looked pretty decent, but honestly, I don't know if David Blau is going to make the cut. I don't even think Colt McCoy is going to come back. Like, in my mind, I somehow think that Colt McCoy is going to call it quits. I know he's under contract for 1 more year. I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware that he's under contract for 1 more year. But I don't know, something in me tells me that I don't think Colt McCoy is going to come back. He's just been getting hurt a lot this year. So there's that, right? We also saw Corey Komet. It was all right. 8 carries, 29 yards, 1 touchdown. Greg Dortch got involved. Trace McSorley, Farrell Cooper, Keontae Ingram, David Blau, blah. We saw one really good thing, right? We saw AJ Green getting a huge bomb. What was it, like a 77-yarder and a touchdown in one of the first plays of the game. That was pretty cool for AJ Green, but AJ Green ain't coming back. Like, let's be honest here. AJ Green ain't coming back. AJ Green ain't coming back. And if he is, shame on the Cardinals. He's not coming back in my mind at all. And he shouldn't. Now, let's continue here. Trey McBride has gotten better and better, right? We've seen him, kind of. This game was okay, right? I don't think he had a bad game, but I don't think he had a great game. Last week against the Atlanta Falcons, that's when Trey McBride really kind of showed out, right? That's what I was like, that's what I want to see from Trey McBride right there. Now, we saw Trey McBride actually get open, and that was really cool. He was 3 receptions, 41 yards. So I think he actually did pretty decent. So very promising for him for the future. Marquise Hollywood-Brown, bruh. Can I ask you guys a serious question? Seriously. Who would you guys rather have? Marquise Hollywood-Brown or Christian Kirk? Be honest with me. Be honest with me. Take the biasness out of who's in the Arizona Cardinals right now. Who would you rather have right now? Christian Kirk or going into the 2023 season? Christian Kirk or Marquise Hollywood-Brown? Be honest with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know who would you rather have going into the 2023 season? Hollywood or Christian Kirk? Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Dude, Christian Kirk has been balling. Y'all, Christian Kirk has been balling. And I'm not saying anything negativity about Hollywood. I love Hollywood. I really do like Hollywood-Brown. I do. Now, maybe with that first round pick, maybe a little too rich for the Arizona Cardinals to give up. Yes. I think it was a little too rich for the Arizona Cardinals to give up that first round pick. And that was what a lot of fans were saying. A lot of fans were saying, man, oof. A lot of fans were saying, man, oof, I'm not sure about this one. But a lot of people were excited because of the thought of having Hollywood and Kyler Murray back together, right? And I think that's kind of one thing that got a lot of people very excited. Right? Got a lot of people very, very excited. But let's be honest here, y'all. Christian Kirk has been balling. Let's take a look to see Hollywood-Brown's stats for the 2022 season as of right now. This game was absolute poo-poo. Like, you don't want to know what it is this game. Like, I think it's like 1 reception, 7. It's poop. It's bad. So Marquise Hollywood-Brown for the 2022 season, 702 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, granted, he has missed games, right? He has missed games. So we can't really put too much fault at it, but let's be honest, Christian Kirk is balling. Christian Kirk is freaking balling out there. And sometimes it's kind of hard to not look at the grass greener on the other side as Cardinal fans, because we seem to be one of those organizations that really regret the things that we do, right? Hassan Reddick, right? Bringing in Terrell Suggs. Bringing in AJ Green for the second straight year, playing Rondale Moore over Greg Dortch, right? I feel like we're an organization that definitely backtracks a lot and says, damn, we shouldn't have done that. Yeah, right? And this last offseason, we did a lot of moments where I was like, damn, we shouldn't have done that. And some of those things are pertaining to the whole thoughts of, what am I trying to say? That the thoughts of, extending everybody, right? Extending everybody. It's a terrible thing that we're here right now. But I want to have a little faith in Michael Bidwell, right? But we'll see. Here we go. We got back-to-back super chats. Appreciate you guys. We got Ethan coming up clutch. He says, I miss Kirk bad, but he was wasted on this team like every pick in the Keim era. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that hurts. That's good. That's a good call out. Honestly, it's funny because most people who took the thought of DeAndre Hopkins leaving, right? And we don't know if he's going, right? It's just rumors right now. But for the most part, everybody said this. If DeAndre Hopkins chooses to leave, he can at least try to win a Super Bowl elsewhere, right? It's best for him to leave this crappy organization. That's what a lot of people said. A lot of Cardinal fans were out there being truthful out there. And honestly, I do agree to an extent. I do. The Cardinal fans right now, we're seeing a lot of players flourish a lot, right? Seeing a lot of players flourish a lot. And Christian Kirk, although he's playing with the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, that organization has made it into the playoffs. Do you know when they hired Doug Peterson, ladies and gentlemen? In year 1. This is year 1 of Doug Peterson. Year 1. Year 1 of Doug Peterson, and they made it to the playoffs. Wow. Wow, year one of Doug Peterson, and they made it to the playoffs. I hope one day the Arizona Cardinal fan base can put us in that sort of standard, because that's something that I would absolutely love, right? Obviously. But damn, Doug Peterson, 1 year, make it to the playoffs. It's crazy. Let me get to AZ Fan 1998. What's up, brother? He says, I think with Keim now gone officially, we won't make those typical Arizona Cardinal moves like losing our top players. New regime and new uniforms. Facts. Oh, facts. Well, it's the truth, right? It's the truth. It's the who are we drafting? Who are we picking up in free agency? And not only that, but who are we extending, right? Who are we extending? Those are the huge, big focal points of being a GM. Huge focal points of being a GM. And Steve Keim just has not been able to cut it. Now, why has this been the deciding factor, right? Why this year and why not the year of Josh Rosen, right? And Steve Wilkes era? Why didn't it happen then? You can only kind of sum it up to the buddy system that Michael Bidwell put himself in. Michael Bidwell truly made this organization as bad as it comes. Truly. There was reports out there that said that Steve Keim really wasn't in the building at all this year. At all. He wasn't existent. So, like, it's crazy to hear it. Michael Bidwell did this. 100%. And honestly, I'm hoping and praying that he can put us into a level of being back to being competitive, because this might be the time to do it. This might be the time to do it. We got the Seahawks, right? They're going into the playoffs. But, I mean, they're an okay team. Yes, they beat us twice. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they beat us. Whatever. They beat us twice, but they're okay team. Right now, the 49ers are running the show. Right now, the 49ers are running the show. And it's up to Michael Bidwell to change the course of this future in this organization, in this culture. It's up to Michael Bidwell. He needs to look himself in the mirror and said, damn, I effed up. Right? Look himself in the mirror and said, I effed up. I shouldn't have given an extension to Keim. I shouldn't have given an extension to Cliff. And some might argue I shouldn't have given an extension to Kyler, right? Some might argue that. And that's your opinion. But why was he playing Oprah, right? In this last offseason, you get an extension, you get an extension, you get an extension. We all get extensions. Why? It is beyond me, because I don't know a single Arizona Cardinal fan that is watching this team week in and week out and wanted either of them to get extended. This was a decision made solely on Michael Bidwell because he thought it was the right move, because we were making the progression steps, right? Because we were 5-win team, 8-win team, an 11-win team. It seems to be the latter. And the GM got complacent. He said, we're an 11-win team. We're bringing back all our big key pieces. It's going to work. We fell into the trap, and the injury bug hit us. Is what it is, right? We got some few super chats coming through. Appreciate you, RV Davey. He says, Fox Sports says Seattle has the third pick just in. I don't think they do have the third. No, they have the 5th pick right now. They had the 3rd pick. So unless they haven't updated their rankings, but as of right now, because Seattle has Denver's pick, Denver has 5 wins and we have 4 wins. So there's no way that they can be in front of us. So we have the 3rd pick, and the Denver Broncos had the third pick. Now they're sitting at the 5th spot. So no, the Fox Sports is wrong. Fox Sports is wrong. We're sitting at the 3rd spot. Let's get to Ethan. What's up, Ethan? He says, facts. To bring a new culture, Bidwell has to bring new. Oh, facts. Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%. This is all Michael Bidwell right here. It's a decision that he needs to make. Look himself in the mirror and get it done. Let's get to Illa Dre in the super chat. Appreciate you. Because Peterson is a real coach and knows what to do. Damn. Damn. No, I mean, you're right. But damn. Yeah, honestly, college coaches, right? Coaches that haven't achieved anything, coaches that haven't proved anything, I'm done with. Don't bring them back. I'm done with it. Truly. We need somebody that's going to be able to make sure that this organization and this culture stays the course. Let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think that Cliff lost his team? Do you think that Cliff lost his locker room? Truly, ask yourself. Do you think Cliff Kingsbury lost his locker room? Here's my answer. Yes, he has lost his locker room because there has been six opportunities for Cliff Kingsbury to rally this team together to at least get 1 to 2 wins out of this 6-game stretch. He had 6 opportunities and failed every single time the opportunity arose. Cliff Kingsbury lost it. He's lost this organization. He's lost this locker room. You can read too much into the post-game speeches when he goes in there and says, okay, let's go everybody, right? One more week. We got to play tough. It's one ear in one ear, out the other, ladies and gentlemen. Cliff's lost it. And I know a lot of fans wanted to retain Cliff last year. I'm not going to name those fans because I've made my own share of stupid takes as well, right? I'm going to be the first to admit I'm not right all the time. But one thing I feel like I'm absolutely right on is that he should not have been the coach to begin with. When we hired him, I was like, okay, right? Let's see what happens. After seeing him in year 2, I was like, nah. Nope. Nope. It just unfortunately took a lot longer for the fan base to really kind of look at it, right? So it is what it is. Francisco, what's up, brother? With a $2 donation. Thank you so very much for the $2, brother. If you have a comment, I'll try to. Oh, here it is. Oh, I know this question was going to come up. Francisco Boggs come out and says Jim or Payton. Oh. Oh, this is tough. Okay, let me answer this because I know there's going to be people coming at me. Let me be honest here. Honestly, both of them are very intriguing to me. Regardless of what people say, I was one of the first people to say Jim Harbaugh when everybody was telling me he's not leaving Michigan, Mike. I was one of the first persons that said Jim Harbaugh should be the next head coach if we can't get Sean Payton. That's a tough question. In my rankings right now, in terms of coaches, I have number 1, Sean Payton, if attainable. If we can't get him and he's way too rich and we just can't get him, Jim Harbaugh is my number 2. Number 3, Ken Dorsey. Number 4, Shane Stricken. And then number 5, DeMeco Ryans / Frank Reich, if option. And I know I'm going to give you the runaround, but honestly, I wouldn't mind either of them. I think both of them would be a huge win for the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, I'm playing that card. Because I can't choose right now. I think it really comes down to the future of the Arizona Cardinals. And if the New Orleans Saints want our farm, I'm not willing to give up our farm. That's for a fact. I'm not willing to give up our farm, but I wanted to at least get into negotiations with the Saints to see what they want. I know it's been reported that they want a first-round pick and maybe other round picks, maybe some mid-round picks. They're not taking my 3rd overall spot. Let me tell you that right now. It's not happening. No way in hell. So it just depends. Let's get to Tim. What's up, Tim? He says, hire DeMeco Ryans as head coach and finally a really good OC. Well, here's my thing. I don't mind DeMeco Ryans. If he comes in, cool, that's fine, right? Here's my situation with DeMeco Ryans. I know that everybody's like, okay, we'll get a good OC. Well, who's going to be that good OC that wants to come in here, right? Who's going to want to be? Unless DeMeco Ryans has a buddy-buddy relationship with maybe another offensive coordinator that brings him in, and he's like, okay, it's working. My main concern is that DeMeco Ryans is going to come in here and focus on the defense and solely the defense. That's why DeMeco Ryans is number 5 in my list of top coaches. Do I want him? Yes. Would I rather have other people? Yes. Because I don't want to see another situation of Steve Wilkes and Mike McCoy. I don't want to see that. People were excited when Mike McCoy got in here. Do you remember? People were like, oh my God, Mike McCoy, that's such a huge steal. So good. I don't know if I trust that. Truly. So I appreciate the super chat. I disagree a little bit though. What's up, Sam? He says PK3, the Cards, or pick number 3, the Cards select Joe Jackson, number 1 janitor. Oh, brother. You had to stick that one in the gut right there, didn't you? Here we go. $10 donation from my guy Seth. What's up, brother? Appreciate the super chat. He says, hey, Mike, what what a season we had. It was garbage. And I guess Cliff Kingsbury is going to get fired tomorrow on Black Monday, but this organization is deliriousness. So I guess Blow just got concussed. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's one injury after another. It's one injury after another with this organization. It's really unfortunate, but this is not the way, like, this is not the reason why, like, the season was lost, right? This wasn't the reason why the season was lost. So we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. I appreciate the super chat though. So let's ask this. Let's ask the chat, because now we have a chance of Will Anderson. And I know, right? I know it really just depends on who's going to be available, right? Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. Let's just say we live in a world where we have both of them right there at the 3rd overall pick. Let's just say we live in that world, right? Let's just say we live in that world for kicks, right? Let's for SHIT and giggles. Let's just say we live in that world. Will Anderson or Jalen Carter? Let's say both of them fall to the number 3 overall spot. Who do you want? I don't think there's any wrong answers. I truly don't. Yeah, I agree. I'm good with either. Honestly, I don't think there's any wrong answers here. I 100% agree with you. Got Carter, Will. We got some Wills, but I think Carter has been surpassing, for the most part. Everybody in the chat has really want Jalen Carter more than anything. Will Anderson or Jalen Carter? I think Carter. It seems like Carter seems to be the most. If you look at the Bears, right? Because the Bears have the 1st overall spot. Who do you think they're going to go for? Do you think the Bears will go for Jalen Carter, or do you think they'll go for Will Anderson? Because whoever is going to be left is going to be the Arizona Cardinals' opportunity to take. Because I still think that the Texans are going to go quarterback in that 2nd overall spot. So it just really, right? It depends. We're kind of falling victim of what the Chicago Bears are going to do, right? I can see them get either as well, right? They can either get Will Anderson or they can get Jalen Carter. Just kind of really depends. BBH, what's up, BBH? He says, how about Sean? We do a first pick swap and our number 3. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? So how about Sean? We do a 1st round pick and our number 3. So you're saying take the Saints pick? Okay, give me a second. Oh, but the thing is that the Saints don't have a 1st round pick this year. That's the problem. The Saints don't have a 1st round pick is because it belongs to Philly. So if that would make sense, like, let's say, for example, they did have a 1st round pick right now, they would be sitting at the 10th overall spot. So you're saying if we traded our 1st round picks, right? So they get the 3rd and we get the 10th, but we also get Sean Payton. I see what you're saying. The situation, the problem is that then in 2023, they don't have a 1st round pick. Yeah, so I don't know if that would work on this time around. I don't think that will work in this time around. Let's see here. Yeah, honestly, I'm seeing a lot of people debate in the chat here. I don't think there's any wrong answer here, truly. Whoever falls to us, I think we'll be privileged to get either of those 2 individuals. But y'all, we got the 3rd overall pick in the NFL draft. Sheesh. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. Let's keep it going here. Yeah, this 49er team, I know I've saw a lot of people talk about the 49er team. Man, that team looks good. That 49er team looks very, very good. Some might say Super Bowl contending, right? With Brock Purdy. Well, Brock Purdy has had, like a 4, 5, 6 game winning streak now or something like that? Man, Brock Purdy, 3rd string, has looked as good as they come. It's wild, man. It's absolutely wild. What's up, Tim? Appreciate you with the other super chat. He says, would you consider trading back? Get more picks and draft someone like Christian Gonzalez, corner out of Oregon, or even a stud in offensive line, or keep it the same? Great question. I think if we're sitting in the 4th overall spot, and it's funny because, like, obviously it's just one spot, right? But I think if we were sitting in the 4th overall spot and Jalen Carter and Will Anderson aren't there, then I would take that 100%. I would definitely take that for sure. For sure. But being that we have an opportunity to take generational talent, I feel like we have to kind of stay at the third overall spot right now for the Arizona Cardinals. No, it's a great question. I think it's a very good question. But like some people are comparing these two players like your Nick Bosa's, right? Like your Myles Garrett, right? Like your Joey Bosa, right? Like that's who they're comparing them to. Like those premier pass rushers that are going to be able to get you success. So like if they weren't there, then I'm all game. But like I know one of them's going to fall to us. But that's a very good question because we have a lot of holes, y'all. We have a lot of holes. BBH, what's up, brother? He says, Mike, what's your Super Bowl pick? Ah, man. You mean who's going to win the Super Bowl, or you're saying who's going to be in the Super Bowl? So I think it's going to be Bills and 49ers. I know it hurts to say. I know it hurts to say, but I say Bills and 49ers. And whoever wins out of that, well, I guess we'll kind of see. Well, obviously, if I would have to pick one, I would love Bills to win because I don't want the 49ers to win. So I guess I would pick the Bills, but that would be a really cool matchup, I feel like. Seeing Josh Allen versus the 49ers defense, I think that would be a really, really good show, personally. Yeah, 49ers and Bills, agreed. Yeah. No, it seems like everybody's kind of saying the same thing, or at least 2 or 3 people agreed with me in the chat. We have Bengals versus 49ers. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Chiefs versus Niners, Chiefs win. Tanner says, yes, Denver won. Yes, Denver won. We're sitting with the 3rd overall pick. Hell yeah, appreciate you for coming through. Yep. 3rd overall pick in the NFL draft right now, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd pick in the NFL draft. All right, let's take it to the chat here. We got some other people saying Chiefs versus Bills. You can't have Chiefs. Well, you can have a AFC conference championship, Chiefs versus Bills, which I think that's kind of how it's going to boil down to. Chiefs versus Bills. But that can't be a Super Bowl, though. Eagles versus Chiefs. I don't know. I'm not sold on the Eagles. I don't know. Something about it. I'm just not sold on them. Jalen Carter is secured. Well, let's see, man. Let's see, right? I think it just kind of really depends. Like, I think it truly just depends. It depends. Let's take a look here. I think, yeah, let's do that. Let's open up the phone lines. Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Let's open up the phones. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Definitely do me a huge favor, everybody. Popcorn on the emoji or popcorn emoji in the chat below here. Let's open up the phone lines to see what you guys have to say, where you guys are at for this whole situation of the Arizona Cardinals as of right now. So let's go ahead and drop the link in the chat below. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and do this. 1 second here. Opening up the phone lines. If this is your first time here, obviously subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. We're on the road to 11K. Definitely go and subscribe. It's free. And also smack the like button as well. And the link has been posted here on the chat. Link has been posted here on the chat. Let me go ahead and pin it. All right, link has been pinned. Smack the like button. Right now, we're sitting with 46 likes. We have over 100 people right now. Definitely go ahead and keep smacking that like button if you guys haven't done it. Let's at least get to 50, and let's go from there. All right, we got some people coming in here. Let me change my background, and we'll be able to go to be good to go. 1 second here, everybody. Okay, let's first start off with my guy, 23K5. All right, brother, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the Cardinals?
Good. We got the third round pick. Not the third round, but the first round pick. Third pick.
Third overall.
So yeah, I'm happy. We can go for like whatever player we can go for if we want it.
Absolutely. What do you think is going to happen with the Arizona Cardinals? We got Black Monday tomorrow. Do you think some change is going to happen, or do you think it's not going to happen?
I think it's going to happen. I think Cliff is going to be fired. If Michael Bidwell is not going to do nothing, I'm going to be pissed off. Like, I bet everybody here is going to be pissed off if Michael Bidwell doesn't do anything.
Yeah. We'll see, right? We see Michael Pitt will do crazier things, but we'll see. How do you feel about this 49ers game? Did you watch it? Did you care? Were you just zombie mode? How did you feel about this 49er game?
I didn't watch it. I watched the Broncos game because I
That's
want to
fair.
see if we can get the pick.
That's fair. Appreciate you, brother. All right, man. Any last thoughts before I let you go?
Oh, I was seeing on the news about Sean Payton's paper, like the Saints want the Cardinals to talk about like Sean Payton, and everybody in this fan base don't want Vince Joseph to be our head coach. I
Mm,
saw on the news, like it was
yeah.
popping up. So I hope Vince Joseph doesn't come, and I hope we can get Sean Payton. If not Sean Payton, we can get either Jim Harbaugh, Shane Steichen, or the offensive coordinator for the Bills. Because I do not
Ken
want,
Dorsey?
I do not want D'Amico Ryans or any. Because I do not want to be have a Steve Wilkes 2.0 in this team.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, brother. Thank you so much for have a great day, man. Later.
You
All
too.
right, let's keep it going. Let's go, Neil. Neil, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, brother. Talk to me. How you feeling?
The tank is complete. I was looking at the score. I couldn't watch this game, but I was looking at the score and I was like, it's 14-13 right now. This is more competitive than we've been all season. So I was about to say, leave it up to the Cardinals to win when we wanted the exact opposite to happen. So I'm glad that we ended up falling short, thanks to David Blau. Good job on that.
Yeah.
What you were saying about kind of doing a quarterback overhaul, I think you're totally right about that. Our backups aren't they just aren't. I mean, I know they're backups, but they're still professional football players, right? So you want to be able to count on them at least for like 1 or 2 games. And Colt, maybe we saw 1 game where we could count on him. So not the best. I'd say ideally maybe keep Colt around for 1 more year to start. And then I was thinking maybe with our very last draft pick, we get a 7th round quarterback or something like that. So that if one thing Cole can do, it's teach other quarterbacks about stuff. So I think that while he's around for this last year and we're waiting around for Kyler Murray, he could probably teach this super young quarterback some things.
Yeah, no, I that was honestly that's something in my mind too. Maybe possibly getting a quarterback later on in the draft. I'm not trying to waste a top 4. We'll see, right? We'll see how the dominoes fall. But I do agree with you there. Quarterback overhaul, I think something that I think Colt McCoy is going to retire. I mean, I've been wrong plenty of times, but I think it might be time. He seems to be Cliff's guy, and if Cliff goes, I think it's going to be kind of a domino effect. But we'll see. How do you feel about the possibility either of Sean Payton or where are your coach rankings at?
Oh man. I mean, I saw twice today on Fox. He said that front office was like his most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
So on my Twitter all day, I've just been saying, if we don't get a new front office, then it's just not going to be very enticing. Sean Payton's a proven winner. So if we do get him, I mean, there's nothing against Sean Payton saying that he couldn't do it with the Arizona Cardinals. So Sean Payton, he's up there for sure. I see D'Amico Ryans too. Again, another like positive experience. So he's also up there. Jim Harbaugh, maybe. I've seen a lot that although he is like successful in like building culture, which is what we really need right now, he's very good at that. He also hasn't won a bowl game in a very long time. So just not being able to win those super big games, I don't know. You couldn't help but remind me of someone that we know very personally.
That's fair. I respect that. All right, brother. All right, I'm going to let you go, man. Thank you so very much. Have a great day, man. Peace. All right, let's get to BBH. ALV, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan, brother. Talk to me, man. How you feeling? I think you might be on mute. Can you hear me? Can't hear you. Not. We can't hear you, buddy. You can't. I'm not sure if you're on mute or. Let's do this. I'm going to bring you down. Still can't hear you, but let me know when you get the just thumbs up with me. when you get it. I'll see you. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go Soul Pancakes. You are live in the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, brother. Talk to me, man. How you feeling?
I mean, that was just like kind of what I was expecting, especially because the 49ers are where they're at and stuff. I'm going to do some counters and stuff, and I might piss off the fan base, but I'm used to it already. So for one, D'Amico Ryans would be a very, very good selection. The reason why I say that is because this is not a Steve Wilkes like scenario where we're having a rookie quarterback come in and work with a head coach who's a defensive minded head coach. A lot of what that came from with the whole like, oh, you can't have a defensive coordinator work with a quarterback is only in a scenario where you have a rookie quarterback coming in and you're giving them the reins right off the bat. That's when it's really not recommended. But a defensive minded head coach can definitely better a oh wait, hold on. Is it because I'm in the middle of doing my Uber thing and it gave me another order? Anyways, so it helps them in a sense where it teaches them how to read defenses, which can better a quarterback. And D'Amico Ryans, I don't know if you guys remember the last few times that like Kyler Murray has played against the 49ers. I think they've only put up like 14 points. It was like 14, 12 points. It was like, I don't remember what the other time was. So like he pretty much knows how to, this system, which is a Robert Saleh system that he's carried over, like he knows how to basically limit Kyler Murray and stuff. So this guy can come in and start teaching him how to read defenses in a better way that unfortunately we didn't see any growth from like a Vance Joseph teaching Kyler Murray how to read defenses because Vance Joseph's system is just, it's too exploitable. Having his corners being off ball, like on every single down, giving quarterbacks the easy access to be able to just get either 5-7 yards to even a 10 yards. I think I read somewhere where it said the Cardinals are number one when allowing passes from they don't allow any passes over 15 yards, so they're number one, but they're also number one in giving up the most yards after the catch. So everything underneath. The reason why is because he plays this like soft, like off ball, like bail technique for their corners. So basically they're always trying to stay on top of the wide receivers, but that gives opposing quarterbacks the ability to be able to just get a first down on every single throw because of the fact that they could throw to the boundary and the wide receiver is going to have like 5 yards of space between him and the corner. That's actually what's been affecting our pass rush too, because our pass rushers have a hard time getting there before the quarterback gets rid of the ball because they have that easy access. So being that he has to go up against that in practice, I mean, to Kyler Murray, that's not really teaching him anything new on that sense. It's like, it's really just not challenging him because if he sees that type of defense during practice, like to him, he's not recognizing the looks. He's not being able to read defenses the proper way because he has just that one defense that he goes up against, with the double mugs, dropping his linebackers into underneath hook zones all the time, and his issue is obviously attacking the middle of the field. When he doesn't attack the middle of the field or he can't see the middle of the field, then defenses can take that away just by limiting his vision. That unfortunately leaves his outside boundary receivers on inside-outside brackets for they're basically almost getting double teamed on almost every down. That's why you see so many screens to the sideline because what they're trying to do is they're trying to alleviate and get some yardage outside and stuff. And so that's my main reason why I wouldn't pass up a D'Amico Ryans. Would I want Sean Payton before D'Amico? Yeah, but I think we're going to have to give up quite a bit to get Sean Payton, especially with them knowing how desperate this team, this franchise and everything is. Aside from that first round, we're going to have to give up that first rounder, most likely to get him. Did you even hear about what Sean Payton said on the Herd, whatever that show is called?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna let you go, brother, just because I have other people. But yes, thank you so very much for the call, man. I appreciate you. Yes, I did hear. There was also he was on Fox and he was saying the front office and ownership is really, really important, which is concerning, right? Because Michael Bidwell definitely has his hands in the cookie jar for sure. I think Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans, obviously, I think it would be a really cool hiring if that were to happen. The situation that I'm kind of in right now is that that defense is set with first round picks, right? That was built out perfectly. So it's probably going to take some time to get to that level, but I do see where that's beneficial to help out Kyler to be like, hey, when you see this, do this. I do like that. I like that point of view for sure. All right, let's get to Jordan P. Jordan P, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, brother. Talk to me, man. How you feeling?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I mean, we're ecstatic. You know, we got the number 3 pick, so hopefully, you know, we don't screw this up somehow. But at this point, that kind of like what you said about it's the Sean Payton sweepstakes, right?
Yeah.
You know, all these teams are going to be wanting him, and it's really going to come down to where he chooses because he has a no trade clause. So wherever he chooses he wants to go, that's where he's going to go, right? And at that point, I know people are saying we're going to have to give up the number 3 overall pick. In reality, we're not, because you think Sean Payton wants to go to the team and give that pick up, so when he goes there, they don't have the pick. That don't make sense. So the Saints are going to have to take, you know, they're going to have to take, you know, maybe a second and then, you know, a future third. You have to come up with something. And Big Will's going to have to open his wallet because there's other teams like I'm afraid of the Rams right now because if, like you said, if Sean McVay goes, he's definitely going to consider that job more than ours because one, he lives in LA, he's from LA, he's from California, and like you said, the reports are he's been looking at LA jobs, and he has Matthew Stafford, he has Cooper Kupp, like he has things to work with, right? And their owner has a lot of money, so that's a place where if that job opens up, then you know that's not a good look for the Cardinals if we want Sean Payton, and I mean we gotta hope the Chargers and the Cowboys don't pull, you know, a horrendous job in the playoffs so they don't fire their coach, right? We just got to hope that, you know, these guys keep their job to the point that it's down to just us. Because if it's the Rams and us, you know, you never know which way he's going to go. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, LA seems to be that team that constantly is there to stab us in the side.
I just wanted to say one thing real quick about the Sean Payton saying, oh, the front office, that's more important. He's been saying that for months. And if that was true, that means he eliminated the Cardinals, then why would there have confirmed reports of him interested in us? Right? True. So he's not eliminating us by saying that.
Yeah,
so if he's interested in us, sure, the front office is a big thing for him, but he said he was interested in us per the reports. So that clearly didn't kick us out the runnings. So.
I agree 100%. And I see where people are coming from, right? Because they think that Michael Biddle's like too hands-on-y, but now Steve Keim's gone, right?
He gave Steve Keim total control. So what makes you think he wouldn't give a guy with a way better resume than Steve Keim total control, right? So
exactly. We've seen some crazy stuff from Steve Keim. So I appreciate you, Jordan P. Thanks so much, man. Have a great day, dude. Okay. We're running short on time here, ladies and gentlemen. Just FYI. We just usually go to the hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and go to AZ Fan 1998. You are live. Talk to me, man. Take us home.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm very happy we got the 3rd pick in the draft. I was kind of nervous because Broncos almost choked, first of all. Yep. But I did say they were going to pull Justin Herbert, and they did. So ultimately, we got that 3rd pick. But talking about what's going to happen tomorrow, I'm already forecasting that Cliff isn't going to be here. I mean, you could just see it on the field today. Literally the same exact stuff that we've seen the whole entire season. I mean, we just need to trash it. It's done, over with. They should not review him for being a coach for another year. It's just time to move on. I mean, especially because, I mean, Michael Bidwell's already looking at, okay, new uniforms, you know, new, total like makeover, right? Yeah. So why not have some new regime come in, especially because it sounded like, what was it? Adrian Wilson and Hargraves, whatever his name is, are going to be co-GMs. That's what he's looking at. But I'd rather have those guys together as a GM because both of them were former football players. And you look at what happened with the 49ers, a former football player as a GM, and they're successful. They literally look like a Super Bowl run type of team. So that's number one. Number two, with head coaching, honestly, Sean Payton is number one. I mean, he is both offensive and defensive minded. He has been to the Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl. And I feel like with that draft pick, yeah, like what other people have been saying previously, he's not going to want them to give up that number 3 overall pick. I guarantee you, because of the fact that, yes, he wants to come in here and be able to maneuver the cap space. And not only that, but have draft picks to draft future players to build the team that he wants. So he's going to have the hand of the Saints. Like, he's going to be twisting it left and right, saying like, hey, I'm not coming back to you guys. I'm going to go somewhere else. You guys need to stop being so greedy about these 2 first-round picks. Mm-hmm. So, but if that doesn't work out, yeah, then DeMeco Ryans or maybe even Jim Harbaugh. I mean, they've been proven. Well, DeMeco Ryans hasn't yet, but Jim Harbaugh has been proven. And DeMeco Ryans, I like the idea of, yeah, having that defensive-minded coach show Kyler Murray, hey, this is how I've been able to stop you. But here's a secret of how to stop my defense. So overall, I think it's going to be a great year. Looking forward to it. I just hope that Cliff is gone tomorrow. I mean, just got to end it. Just pull the Band-Aid off. Just swallow the contracts that Michael Bidwell had to deal with and just move on. And that third overall pick, I think it's going to be Jalen Carter. I mean, watching both the Georgia game and the Alabama game, I mean, people are saying like Will Anderson was doing a really great job of, I didn't really see much out of Will Anderson. But Jalen Carter, I saw a lot of pressure coming up the middle. And I feel like that's one thing the Cardinals are missing up the middle is a defensive tackle that can pressure the quarterback.
Yeah, I 100% agree, right? And I think that's what we had with JJ. But JJ, man, like, here's the issue. Like, with the Cardinals, that's been our culture. We're bringing in people that's have, like 1 or 2 years, and it never works out like JJ did. JJ is a magnificent man, freak of nature that's still doing it, and he's going to be 34 in about 2 months. So, but like, think about all the other picks that we ended up getting, people that are late in their career, they had to do crap for us. So it's like, yeah, it's time to get somebody young.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like with JJ, and I applaud JJ Watt. I mean, I'm so glad that one, he picked us to come to, but it just sucks that we wasted the last 2 years of his career. But I get the idea that, he has a son now and he needs to look out of his health because, it's a scary situation when you have something like that with your heart. But I applaud him. I'm glad that he came here. But I think it's time for this whole culture thing with us bringing in older players and retiring, and just time to turn it around. Time to put younger players in here and make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%, dude. 100% agree with you, man. All right, brother. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so very much for jumping on. Appreciate you.
Yeah, but hey, one more last thing. We completed hashtag fire Steve Keim. Last one is hashtag fire Cliff Kingsbury. That's it. We did it as Cardinals fans. It is time to change his culture. I told every single one of y'all with this platform, and Mike right here, he was the lead. We can be strong as Cardinals fans. It's time to change this organization and this culture and become great and win a damn Super Bowl. Sorry for the language, but it's true.
No, you're 100% right, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. Later, dude. Dude, facts, bro. Absolute facts, man. Honestly, with this whole situation, AZ Fan 1998 did come out a few weeks back and he said, hey, we're stronger as one voice. We just got to keep rocking and rolling, right? Keep preaching, because a lot of people seem to believe that it doesn't, right? Like, they don't look at social media. They don't look at this. There's not a lot of, dude, the distraction is out there. And we've pushed enough for the YouTube channel to trying to close their little comment section. So they know how fans are feeling right now. They truly do. So I agree. We completed the hashtag Steve Keim, which he should have been gone a long time ago. I'm aware. But hey, one step at a time. Hopefully tomorrow we hear something about Cliff Kingsbury and we can start looking into a different culture. We can start looking into a completely different situation here for the Arizona Cardinals, because y'all, we won a Super Bowl. That's the end goal here for the Arizona Cardinals. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everyone. Oh, we got the 3rd overall pick here in the NFL draft. I'm excited. You should be excited too as well, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.